If 2025 felt like a blur of laundry, lunchboxes, and late night scrolling, and you are scared to death that 2026 will disappear in the same way, this is for you. As a mom of 3 and a freshly certified hospice volunteer, I feel every day how precious our time really is. I do not want to just survive my kids' childhood or wait for some perfect moment to care of my body or my money, my marriage, and my joy. In this episode, I will show you a simple way to make 2026 your most intentional year yet, especially as a mom in midlife. And I will invite you to something magical that I am creating for women who are done drifting through their one precious life. I am Dr. Johanna Kennedy, a birth and aspiring end-of-life doula. Welcome to my channel, where we're keeping death close to live more fully. Let me be honest with you. I did not wake up one morning suddenly intentional and sorted. For me, living intentionally was a process over many years, and it always began in moments of crisis. There were times when I could feel it in my bones. If I continue like this, my body will stop me. I will keep getting sick constantly, as this is the only way I allow myself to take a break. If I continue like this, I will be struggling financially in retirement. If I don't get my head out of my ass and finally learn about money, I will end up like so many mothers before me, poor at old age. If I continue like this, my marriage might not last. If life admin always comes before intimacy, we might not make it as a couple. And finally, if I continue like this, my life will look like one big fat chore when I look back at it at 80. Way too much work and responsibility with not enough fun or rest. Those were my makeup calls. Those were my wake-up calls. So I started to make it a habit to really take stock at the end of every year. In German, we say Bilanz ziehen. I look at all the areas of my life and assess the status quo. Then I set goals and intention for each area for the year ahead. And over the years, I have become better and better at choosing goals that are actually mine. Not what society says I should want, and not what my parents or my colleagues would approve of, but what actually feels aligned with who I am and the life that I want to create. I am also getting better and better at setting intentions that change my identity and how I show up, instead of just making resolutions that are forgotten by mid-January. And in the last year, my hospice volunteer training only turned the volume up on all of this. Sitting with people closer to the end of life did not start my journey, but it certainly removed the illusion that I could postpone my life forever. If there is one thing that this work has taught me, it is this. The time to live is now, in the messy middle, not someday when everything is finally calm and structured, because there is no such thing. Over time, I have refined a simple 3-step framework that I keep coming back to. You can use it right now for your own 2026. Step number 1 is to look honestly at the year behind you. I love doing this with the Wheel of Life using 8 categories: physical body, mental wellness, job and career, finance and money, family and friendships, love life, fun and adventure, and physical environment. I rate every category on a scale from 1 to 10, depending on my satisfaction level at this particular moment. Some categories will look great, others not so much. Where did I feel most alive this year? Where did I feel most starved? Maybe your body felt like an afterthought. Maybe money worries were constantly humming in the background. Maybe your relationship feels much more like logistics than connection. And maybe there is almost no real fun in your calendar at all. What were your highlights in each category? And what were your low points? Just seeing that clearly is already powerful. You cannot live a no regrets year from a place of denial. Step number 2 is choose a few no regrets priorities. This is not about a giant list of resolutions. It is about a handful of intentions that really matter. Things like, in 2026, I want to feel safe and strong in my body, or I want to understand my body better. I want to stop living in constant fear around money, and I want to create abundance instead. I want to feel close and connected again in my marriage. And I want more moments of joy, play, and adventure in my life. These few will become your compass. They are not a to-do list. They are more like a filter. And next, you write down how you would know if you made it there by the end of next year. How would you feel if your love life actually was fulfilled? How would it feel to know that you are financially safe? And then reverse engineer from there. If this is where you want to be at the end of 2026, then what is the one thing that you can start tomorrow that would be a first step in the right direction? When opportunities or demands come your way, you can ask, does this support my no regrets priorities, or does it pull me further away? And step number 3 is, if you want to see actual change, do not do this alone. Don't even try. Most of us make resolutions in our heads or in pretty notebooks, and then life happens. We get tired, the kids get sick, work is intense, and by the 4th of January, most of it is forgotten. It is not a character flaw. It is simply too much for one person to hold. I deeply believe that we are not meant to carry all of this by ourselves while also holding kids and work and caregiving. Some of my biggest growth in the last years happened because I was surrounded by women who walked with me, shared their stories, and cheered me on. They held me lovingly accountable in the most supportive way, just by holding space for me to reflect on my wins and my losses. That is exactly why I decided to create a space where we actually do this together, step by step, over the course of the whole year, instead of trying and failing in our own little bubbles. It all starts with a live gathering, an intention setting party at 2 p.m. on the 28th of December, which also happens to be my 42nd birthday. We will meet online and spend 3 powerful hours together. You can show in your pajamas with a messy bun or fully dressed with lipstick and sequins, whatever makes you feel most like yourself. Together, we will close 2025 with intention instead of just sliding into the next year. We will move through the 8 categories of the Wheel of Life, spot the areas that already feel rich and the ones that are quietly screaming for attention. If you want to, you will share your highlights, name the things you are done carrying, and decide what is simply not coming with you into 2026. Then we will start sketching our no regrets compass for the new year. We will set clear intentions so that 2026 becomes a year that you can look back on with joy and pride. Not a giant list of goals that collapses by mid-January, but a sharp sense of what really matters for you. You will learn practical strategies to decide what is important and what is noise. You will leave with tools that give you a realistic chance to make 2026 your best year yet. This afternoon is your pocket of time between the years before the New Year rush begins. It is a turning point, a line in the sand. The best way to make sure that this next year does not drown in the background, but stands out as the year you started doing things differently. If you already feel a yes in your body when you hear this, the link to join is in the description below. But I can tell you right now, one afternoon is not enough, at least not for me. What I really want is to walk the whole year with a circle of women like you. This is why I started the No Regrets Women's Circle. It is my answer to that feeling that so many of us have in midlife. We're juggling kids and school WhatsApp groups, work, laundry, and aging parents. And somewhere in there, we can feel ourselves getting older and a little bit more invisible every day, drowning in endless chores and demands. This circle is our chance to rise up together and create something different for ourselves. It is a year-long community for women in midlife who refuse to sleepwalk through another year. Women like you who know deep inside that their life is meant to be more intentional, more playful, and more truly theirs. This is how the circle works. We structure 2026 into 4 seasons that match the areas we talked about during our intention setting party. Season 1, from January to March, is all about our body and health, so you actually feel at home in yourself again. Season 2, from April to June, we will focus on work and money so you can start building safety and possibilities for your future self. Season 3, from July to September, is dedicated to love and relationships, the people who matter most, including you. In this season, we will also focus on sex and desire. Season 4 is dedicated to fun, play, and recreation, because life is not meant to be only work and responsibility. We move through these seasons together as the cyclical beings that we are. There is no pressure to be on or perfect all year round. You get to ebb and flow and still be held by the circle. Every month, we will have one live call where we dive into the theme of the month. It is a mix of reflection and sharing. And if you can't come live, everything is recorded so you can watch it whenever it fits into your real life. We also have a weekly calendar that keeps us connected without overwhelming us. On Mondays, we gently set the intentions for the week. On Wednesdays, we talk about our pain points and what feels hard right now, so you don't have to carry it alone. On Fridays, we share a recommendation of the week that supports our theme and keeps us inspired. You can engage as much or as little as you need. As weekends are a sacred family time for me, I will not be posting anything on Saturdays and Sundays. So there is zero expectation for you to be on either. This circle is here to support your life, not to take it over. For each season, we will also carefully choose a book that supports our work. Not one book per month, because none of us needs more pressure. Just 4 powerful books per year that we actually read together, discuss, and integrate. This circle is a space where you are seen as the woman that you are right now. A mother in midlife who has already lived through a lot, who is wiser and braver than ever, and who deserves to feel gorgeous and alive in her own life. Even if society is not paying much attention to our demographic, we know deep down that these are our best years so far. And I also want us to prove everyone wrong who says that women always bring each other down. Because when we join forces, when we hold space for each other and cheer each other on, we are unstoppable. That is the energy of the No Regrets Women's Circle. And I am not in there as a teacher on a pedestal. I am in this with you. My role is to create the structure, to bring women together, bring in my experience as a birth and death doula, and to hold the space that we can all share, witness, and root for each other. This circle is an incredible chance to meet other women who are in the same life season, who get what it means to juggle kids and work and aging parents and still want more from life. As a platform, we are using Mighty Networks because I wanted a space off social media where our conversations are not competing with algorithms and where members can really interact and build relationships. It is the perfect platform for this kind of community because it makes it really easy to connect, to follow each other's journey, and to feel like you are part of something real, not just another noisy group. And there is one more thing that makes this vision very real to me and that I'm super excited about. During our 4th season next year, the season of fun and recreation, probably in the 2nd week of November, I am dreaming up an in-person retreat for us, the members of the No Regrets Women's Circle. A few days without children, without cooking or laundry, hopefully somewhere in the beautiful Polish mountains where your only job is to listen to what you need and actually give it to yourself. Maybe for you that means long, quiet walks alone under cold and clear skies. Maybe it's reading 3 or 4 books in your pajamas in front of the fireplace without anyone asking you for a snack. Maybe you feel like having a sunrise yoga session or like going to the sauna in the backyard. Maybe it is late night conversations with women who truly get you, laughing and crying about the year we just walked through together. This retreat is meant to be our place to exhale, to integrate everything we have done so far, and to celebrate the women that we have become in 2026. I can totally see it. Can you? Here is what I beg you to consider. You can absolutely let 2026 be another year that disappears in the blur of routines. If nothing changes, that is probably what will happen. Not because you are lazy or undisciplined or somehow not enough, but because you are human and you are already carrying a lot. Or you can decide that 2026 will be the year that you stop abandoning yourself. The year you choose your body, your career, your relationships, and your joy with intention, even in the middle of real crazy life. People at the end of life never regret not answering more emails. What hurts are the years they spent on autopilot, the seasons where they forgot that their own life mattered too. I do not want that for you, and I do not want that for myself. So if this speaks to you, here's what you can do next. First, save your spot for the intention setting party on the 28th of December. The link is in the description. I promise you, it will be a beautiful, gentle, and powerful way to say goodbye to 2025 and start 2026 with purpose. It's only $9.99, so everyone can afford it. Second, if you already feel that full body yes to walk 2026 with that circle of women, check out the details for the No Regrets Women's Circle in the description below. If you are in, I cannot wait to walk 2026 with you. And if you can think of a mother who would tremendously benefit from a community like this, please share this episode with her. May you have a fantastic rest of the year, and may you sprinkle some magic dust on the world around you.